I would say I was inspired by God to start the firm. That's why it's called Foundation Chambers. In a summary, I was in a practice for 20 years. Started my legal career in the year 1976, and I had this chance meeting with a gentleman called George Wechwe. We just connected. He took a liking to me and said I should come to his office. And since I'm back from youth service, I should just come over and have a chat. And of course, I remained in that firm till I started my practice with my colleagues from the University of Ife. I was used to working with people who I schooled with, some colleagues who became my partners for 20 years. They were Mr. Abuka, Mr. Ajebo, and Mr. Ben Wog. Starting out Foundation Chambers was a bit of a lonely journey. I didn't have people I could just run to on the spur of the moment. When I became an SN, I know that my father was very excited about that. Because he is the tradition, the most senior person is like the representative of the set, reads a speech on behalf of the solicitors being sworn in. We've exhibited a high level of competence in what we do. We don't cut corners. We are principled, and we are quite dynamic in following the trend, meeting the needs of the client, and being up to date, especially in the maritime industry.
I happen to know his elder brother's wife, who were in university together. And I suppose it's fate, because I just didn't want a relationship at that time. It was a time I was running away from everything. Our children are all different personalities. The person we actually thought could think of being a lawyer was our daughter, because of the way she talked. She's the one who's most like him, but she chose to go a much different way, yeah. So that was it. It's a pity, yeah. I can't talk of Foundation Chambers without talking of Abuka Ilogo, because that was where he was when I met him. So I know that God's hand is upon Foundation Chambers. It's going to come through thick and thin, but it's going to stand firm, because that foundation is sure.
I joined Foundation Chambers in 2007, I think. I came here as a law school intern. I did an internship here, my chamber attachment. And I came back, I was hired, and I came as a junior associate. Then I became a senior associate. Then I left and I came back as a partner. What makes Foundation Chambers stand out is that it's a boutique maritime firm. You look around at different firms and they do so many different things, but the majority of the cases that are handled here and the transactions that are handled here are shipping related. There's almost nothing in the spectrum of shipping that we've not done here before.
I would go a bit religious. I mean, it's a firm that is not ashamed that it has its anchor on God. And you know, when I asked Mr. Log, why did you choose foundation? You know, he referred me to the Bible portion where it was stated that God is our foundation, something along those lines. You know, so and that translates to, you know, the relationship that amongst lawyers, and then more importantly, ethics.
This 1 year that I've been a partner, it's been a learning curve. There are new things I'm exposed to. It's not your aims and goals are different. You now learn how to lead. You learn how to think of the future, and you understand. You have a sense of ownership. You understand that not just your own future, but the future of the firm and the future of the people working here also sort of depends on the moves you make.
I assume my experience has been exquisite. I joined Foundation Chambers April 2024, that's this year. And when I joined the firm, I had an interview with the senior partner. We call him LCI. And I read a lot. I came for an interview. I read on maritime law. I read everything I could possibly read, so I would ace the interview. And I got in, and the first question he asked me was, "What is your relationship with Christ?" And then I was shocked. That's not what I prepared for. And then, and answering him, I was in awe of how the firm cares not just about our professional development, but also our personal development. And it's one of the things that encouraged me and that made me want to be part of such a team, a team that cares about not just work, but your personal development, your professional development, and, living a Christian life, even in the workplace. So we're a family here, basically. So I'm happy to be part of Foundation Chambers.
Well, coming from law school, it's nice to come into a chamber where you can actually see these laws in practice. For instance, maritime law, I'd never actually heard of that before coming to Foundation Chambers. So it's nice to learn new things and learn new sectors of law I didn't even know existed. So now I'm actually interested in that. So I'm happy. So I've learned something. It also has a very nice library with different books. So sometimes I do come in and go through them and see what I can use to top up my knowledge as well.
It's been a very pleasant experience, I must say. We have worked in very, very difficult circumstances. And in fact, that we still have a firm and I'm here today is largely down to a lot of good work that was done by this firm and Chide Logo, the senior partner, for which we are grateful. And we are still in business, still enjoying good legal service up till now.
In fact, Foundation Chambers has been a blessing to me since I joined Foundation Chambers. I've gained more experience from the training they sent me to with the auditor of the firm, Mr. ICEB & Co. So it has been a great journey with Foundation Chambers for the past 10 years.
Wow, next 50 years of the firm. I want to believe that Foundation Chambers will grow from strength to strength. I want to believe that those who would be there at that time or who would grow into the role of partners and solicitors in the near future will be able to give quality service to the clients and so maintain the high level of operation and standards that we have built up over the years.